A very good afternoon to all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Today is Sunday, 7 May 2023. We will be continuing our sharing from this book, Metta Bhavana, means meditation on loving kindness. This is the book as composed by me, with reference taken from various sources. Okay, we are at page 21. We will continue after our puja. Let us now compose our mind, develop the faith, saddha, virya, and mindfully we shall commence the puja chanting. Namo 本师释迦牟尼佛。南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨。南无阿弥陀佛。南无阿弥陀佛。南无阿弥陀佛。南无弥勒佛。南无弥勒佛。南无弥勒佛。南无普贤菩萨。南无普贤菩萨。南无普贤菩萨。南无地藏王菩萨。南无地藏王菩萨。南无地藏王菩萨。南无佛菩萨。南无佛菩萨。南无佛菩萨。อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภะคะวะพุทธังภะคะวันตังอะภิวาเทมิสวากขาโตภะคะวะตาธัมโมธัมมังนัมมัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนามามินะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะพุทธังสรณังกัจฉามิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิพุทธังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิพุทธังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิปานาติปาตาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิอาดินาดานาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิกาเมสุมิจฉาจาราเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิมุสาวาทาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิสุราเมรยามัจจาปมาดัฏฐานะเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิสาธุสาธุสาธุ Okay, let us pay respect to Puja. Buddhang Pujemi. Dhammang Pujemi. Sanghang Pujami. Invocation to the Devas. In this universe in their entirety, let the deities or Devas come here. Let them hear the good teachings of the King of Sages, which gives heaven and release, Nibbana. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. Samanta Chakavalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Saddhamang Munirajasa Sunantu Sakamokadang Dhamma Savanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Savanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Savanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Iti peso bhagawa arahang sama sambuddho vijacarana sampanno sugato lokavido anotaro purisa dhammasarati satta deva manusanang Buddho Bhagavati Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipaseko Opanayiko Pachyatang Veditabo Vinohiti Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Nyayapatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Samicipatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Yadidang Chatari Purisa Yogani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anutarang Punyang Ketang Lokasati Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Okay, you all can be seated. Now we shall continue from where we stopped. Metta Bhavana, page 21. Okay, today's topic is more interesting. We are at section 6, Metta Bhavana, and the 4 protective meditations as taught by the Buddha or within Buddhism. Okay, I will read on, then we shall develop the understanding. To those who need guidance on mental purification, the Buddha taught the 4 protective meditation. So I put in bracket, this is taken from the book written by Venerable Sarada, and Venerable Buddha Rakita. If I'm not wrong, Venerable Sarada, I think he was in Singapore for quite a while. He is a good monk. He has written some very good Buddhist books. I remember in the early day I used to buy those Buddhist books that was authored by him. Thin but very informative color book. Then I continue. These are merely 4 topics or subject of contemplation and meditation. They are selection of a mass of topics which one may meditate upon during one's early attempt to perfect spiritual trainings, speaks very highly of the practical wisdom of the Buddha. So this is very true. In the early day when I started, these are the, I think, 3 of them I actually contemplated a lot. The 4th one, which is number 3, meditation on impurities of the body or Kaya Gatasati, that one I do, but not that intense. But the other 3, I did for quite a while, especially metta in the early days. Then Buddhanussati, contemplation on the 9 great virtues of the Buddha, that one I did. Then Marananussati too, meditation on death, means contemplation on death. I think that one, if I'm not wrong, Sister Poh Lian also did, and it helped her. The urgency of cultivation, when you contemplate on death, that type of contemplative meditation is very useful. The first one is Buddhanussati, means we contemplate on the 9 great virtues of the Buddha, how unique a being he is, and because of his long period of cultivation and perfection, he has become not only enlightened, but a fully enlightened being. We call him the Sammasambuddha. He can be said to be the wisest and the most virtuous living being ever to be born. That's why, because of that, he is very unique. And because of his uniqueness, he can come out with that teaching that can summarize to us all of life, both mundane and supramundane, within just 4 noble truths, which is the essence of his teaching. Then he teaches how to develop the 3 types of corresponding wisdom by turning this 4 noble truths 3 times. So 4 times 3, we have the 12 modes to develop all the understanding. So that is the reason why the first training that Buddhist devotee or cultivator of the way, the Dhamma practitioner, should develop is Buddhanussati, meditation on Buddha, the 9 great virtues, and develop the great understanding of who the Buddha is, how unique a being he is, and how wonderful his teaching is. And from there, our spiritual faculty of Saddha will develop. Then it will spin off Virya. It will drive us to cultivate. When we have faith, we develop the understanding. Then when we investigate into his teaching, we realize they were so beautiful and so appropriate. Then it stands up to the truth, and it enables one to really develop the understanding, perfection, and training to transform oneself into a very, very blessed and noble being. Then we also will develop the gratitude and faith towards the Buddha, because that understanding can make us so different. It can transform us character-wise, personality-wise, wisdom-wise, understanding-wise, until we develop this, what they call awakening or enlightenment, so that we can be a blessing to all, and we will not be deluded by the phenomenal world of consciousness, which can never delude us or cause us any suffering or unnecessary misery or dukkha anymore. So that is the beauty of that first protective meditation. When you develop this Buddhanusati, your Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, and Panya will develop spiritual faculty. That's why it's called protective meditation. That virtue will protect you. It will make you virtuous, different. And it can give rise to a lot of benefits or transformation of understanding and virtue. Then the next protective meditation is also very important. This one, Metta Bhavana, loving kindness meditation, I did a lot in the early days, and my metta was so strong. I went through all the stages of metta possible until that metta it just flow from my heart. At that time, I did a lot of radiation of metta. Then followed by very stable understanding of metta. Then I radiate them. Initially, is the willpower to radiate them. Then later on, the metta develop and become very stable. Then it comes directly from the heart, from that nature. Then that metta just come out. No need to do anything. It just flow out. There's like a metaphor, very soothing from the heart flowing out. That one, once you can do it, it is very powerful. The non-human, the animals, every of these beings, they can actually detect. Then they will develop that joy. They will be attracted to that metaphors. So I tested it before and I radiated it, I did it. Then a lot of things happened at that time. So Metta Bhavana, the second protective meditation, is also very useful. Then the third one, this one, I didn't do that much. I only contemplate, but I didn't go into it deep. Anyway, we will also go through afterwards, so that those who are interested, you may also develop it. But for me, the moment I know this body is not a permanent and changing entity, it's not me, it goes the way of nature, then I straight away develop the understanding. Like during the contemplation, I look at the form and mind. Then I tell myself, if this physical body is not me, it goes the way of nature, then I understood immediately why these 9 stages of cemetery decomposition will happen. That's why I developed my own contemplation. Then I came to the understanding that once this physical body is devoid of consciousness, the word is devoid of consciousness, then there is no more condition for it to continue to sustain life, to animate into a form and mind, to live life. And because of that, the physical body will undergo the nature's what they call decay process. When it's devoid of consciousness, it decays very fast. The four elements decay very fast. And for those who do this type of contemplative meditation, or they call it protective meditation, is to contemplate on the 9 stages of decomposition of the physical body upon death, when it is devoid of consciousness, or we call it the loathsomeness of this physical body. So when you do this, it's actually for people who are like attracted to the physical form, who has what they call craving for beautiful forms. Then when you do this type of contemplative meditation, then it will lead to the understanding that form is not what you think. That's why all the attachment, the craving, the clinging is all born of delusion. Because no matter how beautiful that form, when it's devoid of consciousness, it will go the way of nature. So all these are within the conditioned world's reality. That's why nothing can be in the same state forever within the conditioned world. No matter how beautiful the flower can be, how beautiful that form can be, or how vibrant, fresh, hue, and handsome that form can be, it will not last. Sooner or later, it will continue to decay. That's why the process of aging, getting old, getting sick, and finally die is a reality. The first noble truth, the eighth reality, the first form. So this is what the third protective meditation is all about. Kaya Gata Sati, or impurities of the body, or they call it meditation on the loathsomeness of the body, 9 stages of bodily decomposition. And then the last one, the fourth one, meditation on death, or what we call Marana Nusati. Marana Nusati, no is contemplate. Sati is mindfulness. So when you contemplate on death, it leads to the urgency of cultivation, because living being can die anytime. There is no such thing that the moment you are born, you will live to an average lifespan of how many years? Yes, average. But within statistics, you know, some, maybe the number is very small, when they were born, within the first few days or months, they will die, whether prematurely or whatever, or due to complication. And some may live until the age of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or 60s. Then they cannot live beyond that, because they are the what they call group that is not within the average lifespan. Like Malaysia now, for men is about 75, lady is about slightly longer, 77 or 78. So these are average lifespan. I mean, most human beings, more than half of them, I think, they live until that average lifespan. But there are certain percentage that go beyond the average. Some even hit 100. The latest I read about was that I think somebody sent through a video, 119 from China. Oh, very healthy person. I saw him 119, the facial, he can still speak very radiant mind, a lot of what they call metta, you can see in him. So all these are possible, but these are very rare, maybe less than 0.001%. Most of them, I think, by 100 years old, which is already very exceptional. That percentage is really very low. But always remember, not everybody get to live to the ripe age or the average lifespan. So when we contemplate on that, Maranasati, it can help us. Okay, with that explanation, I move on. For the serious practitioner of Dhamma or cultivator of Dhamma, here they use the word practicing Buddhism, means those who cultivate the Buddha Dhamma, who wishes to take up intensive insight meditation. This protective meditation should be practiced first or cultivated first. So this one is as written by the author. Then there is what they call insight meditation. It's based on mindfulness of the in and out breath. And one of the most important meditation exercise in Buddhism. Because the Buddha actually started with anapanasati himself. He did it until the anapanasati become very, very stable. And from there, he developed the understanding and all those things. So, insight meditation here means you develop a type of meditation that enable you to insight into phenomena, especially the three universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Means the universal characteristics of impermanent, suffering state, non-self or empty nature or existence. So these three universal characteristics, which are common to all phenomena within this universe, are very powerful insights that can give rise to awakening, understanding, that can lead to enlightenment in the here and the now. So there is another Pali word to describe vipassana. To describe this insight meditation. They call it vipassana. Vi is the three universal characteristics. Pasana is to insight into. So vipassana, when you combine the two, is a type of meditation that you cultivate to develop this ability to insight into the three universal characteristics of nature, anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Okay, now 6.1, we go into the first protective meditation. Metta Bhavana. Metta Bhavana has been described in detail first, where it is a very simple yet important meditation that can be cultivated with 100% safety. This is why initially cultivator of the way should start with metta, and it will protect you. When you have metta, that loving kindness, a lot of beings, the non-human especially, the Dhamma protector, they love you, they like you because you radiate metta, and you have this metta force within. When you have metta, you are incapable of anger, negativity of mind state, the negative emotion and all, no more. Your love is overwhelming, very powerful. It is safe even to children of age 5 to 6, and it is taught to children by this venerable Buddha Rakkhita and his disciple at the Mahabodhi Science Center in Bangalore. Yeah, Mahabodhi Society Meditation Center. Yeah. So this one must be the one, the Mahabodhi Society. Mm. They call it the MSMC. Okay, meditation on the Buddha, Buddha Nusati. Okay, so this one, they did teach you how to contemplate on the nine great virtue of the Buddha. So here, what they do is they translate the Pali salutation to the Buddha, the nine great virtue. Then they use it to develop the Buddha Nusati, the contemplative wisdom. So here they say the method to be developed is repeat mentally. So when you repeat mentally or when you contemplate on the nine great virtue, you recite them with faith and understanding. So, here they use the word indeed. In fact, our Malaysian side, the translation is always such indeed is the blessed one, the accomplished destroyer of defilement, a Buddha perfected by himself, complete in clear knowledge and compassionate conduct, supremely good in presence and in destiny, knower of the world, incomparable master of those to be trained, teachers of Devas, God and man, awakened and blessed, and the Lord, by skillful means, apportioning Dhamma. So this one is according to this Venerable Kantipalo, he translated. But you go through our chanting book, the one I edited it is better. I read to you our chanting book version. That one will help develop the cultivation better. Page 6 of the chanting book. Buddha Vandana, or salutation to the Buddha. So when we recite and contemplate with understanding, we say, such indeed is the blessed one, because the Buddha is a Sammasambuddha, blessed, blessed with what? Blessed with all the great virtue, wisdom, understanding, perfection. Then he is also the worthy one. Worthy one means the four things that the enlightened noble beings are worthy of. Worthy of respect, worthy of offering, worthy of gift, and worthy of care, hospitality, and etc. So all these are very important. Then after that, we have the next phrase. Such indeed is a blessed one, explained already. The worthy one. Then the perfectly enlightened one means he is not only enlightened, he is fully enlightened, perfect in all his stages of cultivation. Then endowed with wisdom and virtue means both cultivation of wisdom and virtue he has perfected. Then the accomplished one, Sugato. Then Lokavidu is he is the knower of the world. Then Anuttara, Purisa Dhamma Sarati, he is an incomparable guide or teacher of those to be trained. Then Satta Deva Manusanam, he is the teacher of God and men. Then Buddho Bhagavati, Buddha means the enlightened one, the Buddha, the fully enlightened one. And Bhagavati means the blessed one. So if you contemplate his nine great virtue with understanding, then you develop that strong faith. Then from there, most people have very strong energy from the heart. Well, when your faith is very strong, this spiritual faculty actually stir your nature. Then you become very different. Your faith in the Buddha, Dhamma and his teaching become very strong, unshakable, and you will drive you. Then you will continue to chant. And most people, cultivators of the world, they like the Pali version. They will chant Iti Peso Bhagava Arahang Sama Sambuddho Vijacharana Sampanno Sugato Lokavido Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati Satta Deva Manusanang Buddho Bhagavati. So all this you can develop the contemplative training, the understanding, to develop the strong faith in the Buddha, so that the 9 great virtues can be understood, and we can actually develop that very strong faith to drive us, to cultivate. Then our gratitude, our respect, our faith become very different. Okay, then I read on the commentaries from the text. According to the commentary, whenever one's mind is unsteady and wanders off, unsatisfied, to and fro, just as an untamed bull runs hither and thither, then he should reflect upon the mundane and supramundane qualities of the enlightened one. Hereby his mind is cheered and become gradually free from the 5 mental hindrances, that is, sensual desire, here they use the word lust, should be sensual desire, ill will, here they use the word anger. Restlessness is the same. Then, the balai, the third one should be sloth and torpor. Then the fourth one is restlessness of mind. Then the last one is doubt. Doubt, skeptical doubt. Here they use skeptical doubt. Actually, the last mental hindrance is when you don't have faith in the Buddha and his teaching, you will have doubt. Means your lack of understanding of what this teaching is all about, leading to the attainment of the right samadhi. So here actually we should develop some understanding. He said, when your mind has this type of problem, he said, hereby his mind is cheered and become gradually free from the 5 mental hindrances. But they don't tell you how to be free from the 5 mental hindrances. Actually, to be free from the 5 mental hindrances, you must develop the 5 opposite mind state. They call it the spiritual faculties to counter them. That's why you must develop Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, and Panya. That it will lead to the attainment of the right Samadhi. This is true. So that part, make a note. I forgot to add that into. So when I was preparing it, I just read through, then I just approve it. The meditation is the antidote for all type of fear. Means when you have Buddha Nusati, your fear will not be there because your faith in the Buddha is very strong. Just as a man who finds it impossible with a blunt axe to cut a tree, at first get his axe sharpened in order to accomplish his purpose. Just so the monk at first tame and subdues his mind by means of this Buddha Nusati or contemplation on the Buddha. This simple meditation is also safe, even for young children. It may find wider acceptance among Malaysian Buddhists as the antidote for the for those who have fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow and lamentation. Here they use neurosis, means mental issue, mental problem, which psychiatrists reported to be increasing in Malaysia. I think this one was based on Consumer Association of Penang seminar in 1983. But now I think a lot more, even younger generation, they have this type of mental issue, mental problem. They have unnecessary mental depression. The main cause of this mental stress or depression symptoms include pressure to do well in the exam, pressure at work means career environment, and a modern lifestyle. Actually, peer pressure, everything. Expectation of parents, many other type of stress and phobia that can give rise to all this, that can make all this so-called mental issue or problem to be very, very real. Okay, the next part is meditation on the lovesomeness of the body. Kaya gatas sati. Oh, sorry. Impurity of the body is the 32 parts of the body. Sorry, I got it wrong. This is a 32 part of the body, not the 9 stages of cemetery decomposition. This one also I didn't really have to go into it because I actually developed what Master Xuan Hua taught me. He said, these 32 parts, they are inside our physical form. So he always talk about the skin bag, chou pinang, impurity of this physical body, the dirty skin bag that has this 32 parts inside there. So when we speak in Mandarin, chou pinang, we understand. So please make a note. This Kaya Gata Sati is not contemplation on 9 stages of cemetery decomposition, sorry. It is on the 32 parts of the body. So within our 32 parts, there are quite a lot of impurities too. So here is taught this way. Here in O monk, the monk contemplate this body from the sole of the foot upward and from the top of the head downward, with a skin stretch covering it. We call it the skin bag, and filled with many impurities. The body consists of the first 5, hair of the head, hair of the body, nails, we got fingernails, leg nails, teeth, and skin. And 6 to 10 is flesh, sinus, bone, marrow, kidney. Then 11 to 15 is our organ, heart, liver, diaphragm, spleen, lung. Then we have 16 to 20 is our intestine, mesentery, stomach, excretion, and brain. Then 21 to 26 is our bowel, our phlegm, our pus, our blood, our sweat, our fats. Then 27 to 32 are our tears, skin's grease, sputum, nasal mucus, oil of the joint, and urine. So this one they extract it from the Digha Nikaya, Sutta 22, Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta 10. Then I have this star to explain further. To the 32 parts of the body mentioned in the sutta, example M10 and D22, brain is added in the commentary. This one I just explain. According to Visuddhimagga 9, which I think must be edition 9 on, he who wishes to develop this contemplation should at first learn by heart the name of the 32 parts of the body, recite them again and again, and thereafter repeat them mentally. This should be done in group. At first, the 5-4 ending with skin means the first 5 should be learned by heart, forward and backward, and then recite. Thereafter, the 5-4 kidney group, 6 to 10, then the 5-4 lung group, 11 to 15, then the 6-4 brain group, 16 to 20, then the 6-4 fat groups, 21 to 26, then the 6-4 urine group, then 27 to 32. Hence, 1 to 5, all this, you can develop them in, they call it like trying to develop it through memory, so that you are familiar with them. Then you go on to the next group, until the 32. But I didn't do this much. Well, for me, it's the understanding behind more important. This is for people who cannot develop the understanding of the impurity of our physical body. They cannot see the loathsomeness of the decay process and all those things. And they look at the external form. When they see the external form, especially I used to joke with my wife, for ladies, when they put on the ICI, all those things, externally they can make themselves look beautiful, young, and maybe radiant and all. But when they remove the makeup or the ICI, then you look, it's different. Then beneath the skin is even more different, more filthy and all those things. So these are, I think, the initial practices for those who still cannot break free from the attractiveness of the physical form. Means those who have strong craving or desire for beautiful forms. So this is one of the way to bring about the clear understanding of what is within the skin bag, so that you are not deceived by what you see outwardly, externally. Especially the way Master Hsuan Hua described it, I think is very meaningful. I still remember the first time I heard it, then I knew already. He used the word Chou Pinang, dirty skin bag. Why is it dirty? He said, because this physical body is if you don't clean it, don't take care of it, don't bath or bathe yourself for even 2 days, or 3 days, or 4 days, you find out for yourself how bad the situation is. Then, as a human being, you always say, we are slave to our body. We need to clean it, take care of it, and feed it. Then when it falls sick, it goes through the decay process. We need to take extra care to look after it and to develop what they call the good life. We really need to take care of this skin bag, or what we call the physical body. Then he continued to explain, when you look within the physical, means underneath the skin, the beauty is all gone, he said. Especially when you look inside. The first thing you saw is a skeleton. That's why a lot of people, they contemplate on the skeleton and all those things. Then sometimes they go deeper. They go into all the various organs. Then when you see all this, you don't have to look at the human body, especially those who study medicine, or they call uh, they study medicine to become doctor. I think they have to study anatomy. They have to study the surgery thing and all those things. So what they have is during their clinical and all those things when they are under training, they get to see some of this operation that is taking place. But initially, I remember they need to operate on dead body, learn how to stitch on dead body. And all those things. So for the doctors, especially those specialists, even gynecologists and the normal uh, doctors, the anatomy, they see all the organ so often until I think they also have enough. So all this are contemplative wisdom that can be developed. But for us cultivator the way, I mean everyone is different. For me, I just understand it, that's it. More important is the understanding of it. Although in the teaching there is this 32 part, you don't have to like go into it and develop it over a period of time, unless you have that type of karmic negativity that condition your this life's character to be such that has issue with this form. You get attracted to the form. The craving for beautiful form. So if you have such character, such hindrance, then you may need to develop this type of contemplative uh, contemplation, or they call it the contemplate on the 32 parts of the physical form, the 9 stages of cemetery decomposition. You may have to go into it. Otherwise, understand it, then move. More important are the cultivation of the four foundation of mindfulness. Means initially develop sati, like the first 3 category of practices of Kayanupassana. Anapanasati to develop the mindfulness. Then mindfulness of the 4 posture. That one very important. Then mindfulness of sati sampajana, means mindfulness and clear comprehension of all action, all movement in the present. These are more important. Then the last 3, contemplate on the 4 elements, 32 part and the 9 stages of cemetery composition. They are actually optional, only needed for people who have problem with their character and all those things that needs this type of contemplative meditation to help them clear. These are initial contemplation that you need to develop, and they are actually different from the first 3, Buddhanusati, Metta Bhavana, and Marananusati. Okay, we move on. This meditation, there, overcome lust, means attachment or craving to the beautiful form, to the physical body, beautiful form. Especially recommended for those who have a lustful character, raga, charita. Then here he say, but good for all Malaysian Buddhists, bombarded on all sides by the mass media with material which tend to encourage lustful thought. So this one is the author's opinion. Okay, Marananusati 6.4. How do you develop Marananusati, the urgency of cultivation? The method here taught is repeat mentally. One who wants to practice this meditation should at stated time and every now and then consider deeply death will take place. Like what we used to say, life is uncertain, but death is a certainty. Then continue, repeat mentally. Contemplation on death. O monk, develop and frequently practice, brings high reward and blessing, has the deathless as goal and end. So this one is spoken by the Buddha. Contemplation on death, he said, O monk, develop and frequently practice means contemplate on, brings high reward and blessing, mainly because of the urgency of practice. Then has the deathless as goal and end means enlightenment in the here and now. And how so? As soon, O monk, as the day draws to the close, or when the night vanish and the day break, there the monk say to himself, truly, there are many possibilities of death. A serpent may bite me, or a scorpion or centipede may sting me, and thereby I may lose my life. But this would be for me an obstruction. Or I may stumble and fall, especially for old people. Or the food taken by me may disagree with me. Bowel, phlegm, and pricking gases may become stirred up. Man and evil spirit may attack me, and thereby I may lose my life. But that would be for me an obstruction. Here the monk must consider, are there still found in me unsubdued evil and unwholesome things, which if I should die today or in this night, would lead me to misfortunate birth in the next life. So these are the contemplative wisdom to wake us up so that we do not dilly-dally or be complacent and take life easily. Then the next one is, now if the monk's reflection notice that there is still unsubdued evil and unwholesome mind state found in him, then he should use his utmost determination, energy, exertion, perseverance, steadfastness, mindfulness, and clear comprehension to subdue these evil and unwholesome mind states, means abandon them. The meditation is especially good for people with intelligent character, bodhicharita. It overcomes vanity, pride, selfishness, and fear of death via the realization of the impermanence of the body. This meditation, frequently practiced, gives the best motivation to turn away from the materialistic rat race of what our society is today. For Buddhists, this means taking the Dhamma or teachings of the Buddha more seriously. Of course, beginning with charity and morality, dana and sila. Okay, the next part. This one is the appendix, section 7. The philosophy and cultivation of universal love, which we call metta. Now under appendix, the explanation of the cultivation of metta is here. The philosophy and cultivation of metta by Acharya Buddharakkhita. Okay. Content, introduction, Karaniya Metta Sutta, background of Metta Sutta, 3 aspects of Metta, the ethics of Metta, the psychology of Metta, meditation on Metta. This part is very comprehensive on the whole cultivation of Metta, the blessing of Metta, the power of Metta, then about the author. This appendix, actually, I did a lot that time, my Metta. I benefited from this appendix. Okay, go up. Here you listen. This is how they advise, which is very good. I did this, and it's very powerful. Those who want to develop metta, you pay attention. The Pali word metta is a multi-significant term, meaning not only loving kindness, it also means friendliness, goodwill, benevolence, fellowship, amity, the opposite of enmity, amity. Concord means harmony, inoffensive, non-violence. So all these are part and parcel of the character of metta. The Pali commentators define metta as a strong wish for the welfare and happiness of others. This is very, very good definition. Means you sincerely have a very strong wish for the welfare and happiness of others. So this metta, they call it in Pali, parahita parasukhang kamana. Parasukhang, I think, is happiness. Essentially, metta is an altruistic attitude of love and friendliness, as distinguished from mere amiability based on self-interest. So metta is without selfishness. So through metta, one cannot hate nor be offensive, and renounces bitterness, resentment, and animosity of every kind, developing instead a mind of friendliness, accommodativeness, and benevolence, which seeks the well-being and happiness of others. Here, the word true metta is devoid of self-interest is very important. It evokes within a warm-hearted feeling of friendliness, fellowship, empathy, and love, which grows boundless with practice and overcome all social, religious, racial, political, and economic barriers. So this one is very true. When you can radiate metta beyond all this, especially nowadays society, there are a lot of social problems, religious, racial, political, and economic problems. So metta is indeed a universal, unselfish, and all-embracing love or loving kindness. Metta makes one a pure front of well-being and safety for others. This next sentence is very important. I use this a lot in the early days. Just as a mother gives her own life to protect her child, so metta only gives and never wants anything in return. It's like the mother can sacrifice on behalf of the child, even at the risk of dying or whatever. They will go all out to protect them. To promote one's own interest in a primordial motivation of human nature. When this urge is transformed into the desire to promote the interest and happiness of others, not only is the basic urge of self-seeking overcome, but the mind becomes universal. That's why it's called universal. By identifying its own interest with the interests of all. By making this change, one also promotes one's own well-being in the best possible manner. Metta is a protective and immensely patient attitude of a mother who forbears all difficulty for the sake of her children or child, and ever protect it despite its misbehavior. Metta is also the attitude of a friend who wants to give one the best to further one's well-being. If this quality of metta are in are sufficiently cultivated through Metta Bhavana, the meditation on universal love, the result is the acquisition. This is very important. When you develop metta well, it will give rise to this. The result is the acquisition of a tremendous inner power of love or metta, which preserve, protect, and heal both oneself and others. This is possible. When you have metta, it is very strong. When you radiate metta, the effect is also there, very strong. So that tremendous inner power of love, which preserve, protect, and heal both others and oneself. Apart from its higher implication, today metta is a pragmatic necessity. In a world menaced by all kinds of destructiveness, metta is indeed word and thoughts is the only constructive means to bring about harmony, concord, peace, and mutual understanding. Indeed, metta is the supreme means, for its form and fundamental tenet of all the higher religion, as well as the basis for all benevolent activity tended to promote human well-being. This present booklet aims to exploring various facets of metta, both in theory and practice. The examination of the doctrinal and ethical side of metta will proceed through a study of the popular Karaniya Metta Sutta. This is a very popular sutta, Karaniya Metta Sutta. Is the sutta on universal love. In connection with this theme, we will also look at several other short texts dealing with metta. The explanation of Metta Bhavana, the meditation on universal love, will give the practical direction for developing this type of meditation or contemplation as set forth in the main meditation text of the Theravada tradition. There are three. One is the Visuddhimagga, the Vimuttimagga, and the Patisambhada Magga. Okay, the Karaniya Metta Sutta. This is a very popular and famous Metta Sutta. The Buddha actually chanted this, and the meaning is very beautiful. I think it was requested by a Devas. So this one, I think, those who know how to chant, you can chant the Pali version. I think if Ingbi around, Ingbi can chant this very well. Karaniyang atta kusalena. 所以你会吗？忘记了。你们 young 的时候有首讲了呢 Yantang Santang Padam Abi Samiche Saku Ujuja Sujuja Suwako Jasa Mudo Anatimani. Okay, the English translation more important. He who is skilled in working out his own well-being and wish to attain to the state of perfect peace, means to realize Nibbana, enlightenment, should act thus. See? So this is what the Devas want to ask the Buddha. How can they work towards their own well-being and wish to attain to the state of perfect peace, means enlightenment, Nibbana? The Buddha explained, he who is skilled in working out his own well-being and wish to attain to the state of perfect peace, Nibbana, means enlightenment in the here now, should act thus. So you check how much of this quality in the Metta Sutta do you have. He should be able, honest, and upright, gentle in speech, obedient, and not proud. So these are the qualities. Then next part, I will skip the Pali. Contented, easily supportable. These are very important. This one I have since I was young. The earlier one also said. Then not overly busy, yes, with few responsibility and simple in living. This is what I have. I have all this very strong. Then tranquil in his senses, yes, with sense restraint, prudent, and courteous, not frowning on family. All this my nature has. Then further up, also he must restrain from any slightest wrong action. This one cultivator will have, and we must develop this. That gives the wise reason to reprove himself. Means you are mindful that these are negative defilement which you cannot actually allow them to arise within your heart. Then I put in the bracket. Then let him cultivate the following kind thoughts. That's why under the Metta Sutta, we always chant this. May all beings be well and happy. So here they use well and secure. Then may all beings be happy. So I normally keep them together. May all beings be well and happy. Secure means they are in safe sanctuary. Okay, number 4. Whatever living creature there is, without exception, weak or strong, long, huge or middle size, or short, minute or bulky, whether visible or invisible, and those living far or near, the born and those seeking birth, may all beings be well and happy. Then number 6, let none deceive or decry another anywhere. Let none wish others harm in resentment or in hate. Then the next one is, just as a mother would protect her only child with her life, even so let one cultivate a boundless love towards all beings. So this paragraph I did a lot. And next one, number 8. Cultivate an all-embracing mind of love for all beings throughout the entire universe, above, below, and across, unhindered. Love that is without hatred or enmity. Standing, walking, sitting, or reclining, as long as he is awake, let him develop this awareness or mindfulness with all his mind. That's why the importance of sati, or mindfulness or awareness. This, they say, is a noble living here in the now. Not falling into wrong view and wrong belief. Being virtuous, endowed with insight. Then craving and lust in the senses discarded. Verily, never again will he return to conceive in a womb. Means no more birth. Means you have realized enlightenment in the here and the now. At least arahantship, so that you don't have to come back anymore. Okay, then the next section, the background of Metta Sutta. Okay, maybe we stop here. It's 4:15 already. What is this page? 32. So for those who are interested in developing better understanding of Metta, you can read on, so that by the next sharing, the next Sunday, we will go through the rest. I think it's getting more and more interesting, but this appendix, I remember, is very useful. Towards the end is the meditation on Metta. That one is a lot of good things inside there. That Metta can be developed until very, very powerful, very strong. You all can have your 45 minutes of awareness-based meditation. Last Thursday, I think, I shared the Thursday class Zoom session at Aloka Buddhist Center. In that particular Thursday class sharing on the unique code, I explained very clearly the awareness-based meditation, how to develop it in more easily understandable manner. you should listen to it. Those who still haven't developed it or are still trying to get into it, you should listen to it. But during that night sharing, one of the devotee, our Metta in Malacca, Joy, she was filled with joy. You go and listen. It's her own words. She described it. Yeah, it's like for the first time, the whole understanding is there. The meaning is so clear. Uh, how I explain awareness-based meditation. I even describe the four support and go into the definition of what sati or mindfulness is. So when I explain that with explanation and clarification, it becomes very clear. I say awareness is mindfulness, or sorry, sati is mindfulness or awareness before the knowing. So that one very important. The moment you know means you must have perceived it. Sanya has a reason. So to be in the state of sati or awareness is to be aware without words, without any description, complete silent, aware. So awareness means don't try to know, don't try to do. If possible, don't even try to perceive and form the words and then get uh, distracted by all those mental activity and movement born of habitual tendency, wrong view, etc. Yeah. So here, awareness-based meditation is you are here to develop the ability to be in the state of silence without thought. Uh, of course, you can develop the five spiritual faculty first to stabilize your mind so that your mental hindrance is less active, or you have already stabilized your spiritual faculty, the five mental hindrance will be gone. And once it's gone, then easy for you to meditate. Then the moment you relax, maintain awareness, straight away your mind settle down. Sometimes within 1-2 minutes it settle down. Then you have that clarity of mind, which is just aware. So I use the word don't try to know, don't try to do. Means relax, maintain awareness, then stabilize the awareness. Whatever arises within the sixth sense door, just aware, finish, aware, finish. Yeah. Don't try to know. Then let the mind slow down and settle down and become very quiet, very still. That stabilize that silent mind. That silent mind is your true mind. When you are able to be in the state of silent tranquility without any thought activity or movement, that is the beginning of awareness-based meditation. And you can do that. I will start doing it. Okay. You can slowly, mindfully come out of the meditation. Then we can have our second session with meditation reporting, followed by whatever question you may have, Q&A, and also the Kayamita sharing on Dhamma in daily life. Whatever they have gone through, experience, they can also share.
Brother, at home now, if I were to meditate here, I'm more relaxed than those days.
Wow,
Because
good. After your this Bugaya
India,
experience, the 1 hour sadhu, very good.
slightly lah, I know how to put my body the posture wise.
You know how to relax into it, then let it be. Just
Slightly
let it
better.
be. Whatever happen, let it happen. The mind don't interfere. That is relaxation. The nature relax means don't resist. No
So
matter what happens, just let it be. Then your consciousness also will settle down.
last Tuesday, meditation in Brother house, very quite soothing.
Oh, very good. Sadhu, yeah.
Then later I learned from PG, she told me that day the energy very good.
Yeah.
She was telling me.
Yeah. The Tuesday class on the energy very strong, very good.
So I say, oh, no wonder my meditation was quite peaceful.
Also, your experience at Pugaya, the 1 hour that you went into the Anapanasati, or you describe as breathing in away, breathing out away. When you got it, you understand what I say, so no need words on. Then
Yeah.
I become very different.
I think I did that once at home, but bro, I think 1-2 second only, bo liao.
That's why, because you want it
I try
repeated,
once.
that's why it won't come. When you forget about what happened, just let the memory be. Don't try to get it repeated. Then just continue what you understand, relax into it, and maintain awareness that it will come again.
Yeah.
Relaxation is very important. To relax means not to do anything. Understand? Let
Yeah.
the body find its own posture. Everything will happen by itself. Then that type of relaxation is so different. The whole body and mind like become one, become so peaceful, so quiet, so tranquil, so still the mind. Then when you want to move, it's like mind in sati. Everything is like magnified, magnified.
So, brother Teo, throughout these years, you always say people who experience any things, they will know, and you say they will know. Yeah, I agree. When they experience like Alicia's watching all this, or even song,
Uh,
experience something, no need people to tell them. They
yeah,
know.
they will know, they will understand on.
Yes, you will
Exactly like
know.
what happened to you at Bukhaya. You know what that sati is. Oh, breathing in, away, breathing out. It become very clear to you because you did it. But you have not done it. It's words. Understand or not? Very difficult to
Yeah.
comprehend.
It's just like very effortlessly,
Effortless one.
naturally.
So now you understand why J. Krishnamurti say wherever there is effort, there is no real meditation. Where is effortless without the thought interfering? Who create effort?
But
The
brother,
thought. Ah,
for me, that time my mind is still able to aware that I think my thought is still knowing that, hey, this is breathe in, aware, breathe out, aware.
yeah.
But
That's
by right
why
in
when you are
sati,
in
correct?
sati, there is no word one. The thing just flows by
Oh,
itself. But then the mind that is curious who want to know, it's okay. But there is joy when you understand that you have got it. Then it will go into that rhythm. Then you will understand what relaxation is, what natural breathing is. To be natural means not to interfere. Let the nature do whatever that is needed to be done. So everything just echo and flow. The whole movement become very natural. That is the real relaxation. That is allowing your nature to develop the movement without interference. Then after a while, you become skillful. You become like uh, more adept to all this. Then you understand. Then you know how to do. The doing is no more through the thought, through the mundane mind, the one thing, no more. You just relax, maintain awareness, then everything come in. Because by then, your spiritual faculty is already there. You already have the understanding, the initial wisdom, the yoniso manasikara. Then your mind stir much less or hardly stir. Most of the time is in the state of equanimity. It like can accept, can be with the moment. It's just like what Joey realized. Nowadays she is not like before, so reactive. She can come to terms with the reality, whatever people do. She realized she has become like that. Without her noticing why all this happened, it's because she has been listening attentively. developing the understanding, then live the Dhamma that has been developed and understood. Then over time, she changed, she transformed. That's why those who remember her, the face becomes so much more serene compared to last time, stressful one, a lot of worry one. So this is the result of proper training of the mind, developing the awareness, the understanding, and the meditation. So for you, it's the same. What happened at Bugaya will actually transform you and develop the understanding. Then I advise her, don't be complacent. Continue to work on it. Then until it's stabilized. And then you will progress. You will know what all these things is. Then later on, like Jin Hao they all, when you read even song, read my unique code again, the understanding is different already. The words like stand out. Uh, so all this is what cultivation is all about. You have done it correctly, then it will unfold based on the Dhamma way, which is so beautiful. Mm. Very good.
Good afternoon, Brother, Mrs.
Yeah.
Yu, and all Mita.
Yeah.
感恩波莲 for nominating me.
是的。
First of all, 我想讲一下 Mrs. Yu 的 sharing. On Tuesday 非常好。
哇，是的 ，Mrs.
我听了2次，然后第二次我听的时候 I was really 很多法喜，因为真的很 profound， 因为我很明白 Mrs. Yu 的 cultivation 去哪里了，所以 I was like yeah. As I just came back from my trip. 我这个 trip 其实本来就去得很急，而且来没有什么 planning 的，因为我很想 plan， 但是我一 read 他就怎样讲，就是我 try to read out 他就是不要 read no like
对，
就是怎样讲，就是不想 read 所以然后我就到 last 2天我出发前我就随便做了一点点的 roughly 这样做了一点点的some research， 然后我就直接出发了。然后我的 trip 整个 trip 呢其实是一个很辛苦一下的 trip， 因为我要 transit 在台北 10 hours。
哇，这么久啊。
是，但是我就借着这个机会看我的 mind 会怎样的去
very good，
怎么样的去 go through 这个 process，
go through that thing whether it reacts, stir and create those things， 你看得到了，很好，
都是一个非常好的训练过程。
训练过程，对，
就其实就很快就过去了啦，这一个 10 hours。
Yeah.
And then we managed to get a place to sleep, you know, a big couch。 很多那种 area for you to sleep， 因为很多人都 layover 在台北嘛。
no wonder。
所以这样子，然后呢，我整个这个 trip 我就来 I caught and flow 罢了。
哇，好。
就很 relaxed 的 ，then whatever 我看的我就是很 silently 看 observe， 当你 reflect 回去每一个地方你走过的，你都能够 more or less like reflect 回去你走过的地方，那个风景还是什么，你都 you know it's like very 很 beautiful 的 experience to me。 虽然表面看好像没有什么的很大的 like 哇这样的
对 but within your nature you understand because you are there, you are present.
Yes.
Then when you are present, the awareness nature is aware of all the movement and the activity. 你 describe the transit， 我以前1996年呢，也是有一个 trip when I supposed to fly to LA, US with my whole family. I was also the transit in Taipei almost middle of the night, also almost 8 or 10 hours. Then there is no Tao Yu or person leading the group, because I think their local guide that's supposed to send from Malaysia got something on, can only come later when the flight is about to take off. It means the transit time almost left with 1-2 hours, then only she arrived. Then before that, they look for people to lead the group, and they saw me the only man with that engineering understanding. Then they talk to me, say, Mr. Teo, you don't mind, they lead the group. I said, this is the first time I'm taking the trip to LA, you want me to lead? He said, yeah, I think you can. So I said, okay. Then when I was there, the same thing happened. Early morning, I think almost midnight, we arrived. Then the shop all closed already, or nothing. Then everybody, I think about 20 of us, I think, we just landed there. Then we were told transit, what time. Of course, we got a transit ticket. And I told the group, I say, don't mind, we have to be together, so that we will have to wait till the Malaysian, the assigned lady arrive. So that 8 to 10 hours for normal people without Dhamma is not easy. They will complain on. A lot of them want to buy things also cannot. No? Want to have something to eat. Well, all the shop were closed. Then it's just an airport, no place to sleep on. No. But there are chairs for you to sit around. But sleep don't have place on. So I remember that time it was already 1996. My nature connect in 1989. So that 7 years, I already have all the understanding. That's why I was able to handle those things. And then that was the trip I said I had an operation, my buttock operation, you remember? Immediately after the operation, I think within 1-2 days, before I even really recuperate, I need to take that flight. So the doctor that did the operation, I remember she told me, don't worry, dear, I will give you something to sit on. It's like a ring, where I sit, then my buttock won't be affected by the thing. I said, never mind, no need. I said, I didn't even took the ring, the plastic ring. I just said, never mind, I will do whatever I can. Because that flight from there to LA is almost another 19 hours or what now, I forgot already. Very long. Oh, well, luckily I know how to meditate, I know how to relax. That's why the whole trip was actually turned out to be a blessing indeed. And that was the first time I took my whole family to US, LA. So I remember that trip. So based on what you described, I can understand. But yours is transit to Japan only, isn't it?
Yeah, because Okinawa and Taipei is just like less than an hour.
Oh, no
罢
wonder.
了，所以他要 layover 在那边，so that 他全部人的 flight 5-6个 airline 的 flight combine 在一起，然后飞去
哦，no wonder 他们是为了要 combine 的
对
的 flights 嘛。OK， no
嗯
wonder 你在那边这么久了。
是 so for me 是一个很好的 experience 啊。
呀。
So coming back to 我的 trip， 好像我去到那个一个很大的 aquarium 我看到那些 fishes 在里面我不像以前这样看到哇，可是我那个慈悲心起来说，哎呦，就 you know 为什么 trap 他们在这里？然后
对，懂得怎样去 like give them the blessing and all those things, your wish everything.
对，希望下一次你不要再做这里的鱼了。
是了，因为是 那个 karmic 果报啊。It is all karmic. Then you will understand or you will know. Then you will wish that in future, please learn the Buddha Dhamma so that you will not be caught in this type of thing. So all this understanding, they will unfold during those stages. I still remember. Wherever I go, I travel, I saw all this. I will send metta and I really pure wish to actually bless them because affinity. Then sometimes, like I explained to you all, on the bus when I travel and I saw, or I go certain places where I saw there are causes and conditions to send this pure wish of blessing. I was just ready. Sometimes to birds also. When in Australia, I was giving a sharing in a park with some kilometers and Australian friend. Then there is one group of these birds or dove or what. I think about 10 of them. No? Very strange. No? They flew down next to me. They were like listening attentively. As I continue to share this day there, no food, nothing. No, he don't give them food. Oh. Then after that, when we finish, I just say, you all can go. They fly off. So a lot of things, because of that, I like radiate this blessing for them, and I vow to take them across when the time comes. So all this, the causes and conditions, they will arise, and you will know, and they were so beautiful. So your aquarium one is one of the good one. Sadhu, you continue, Alicia.
Yeah, Sadhu Bratio. I mean, 就是这是我出去的旅行，让我看到每一个，就算你很清楚的知道你每一个 moment
对
然后你不会说被外境的就给他去说来 suck in， 然后你会 lost 这样就你是里面有一个很清晰的一个 awareness 在那边，
对。
哇，我感觉到很感恩，很不一样，就是这样子。整个 trip 就是而且我们有去看一个 supplier， 因为 supplier 他们虽然有一个会懂英语的，但是毕竟他们的英语不像我们这样，所以我会很 clear 很用心的跟他讲那种英语，是慢慢的讲，因为我自己英语也不太好，但是恰恰好就是因为这样哦，他很明白我们所讲的，所以整个就是 you know everything like 很 went smoothly and even ready 讲很顺这样咯，就是整个 trip 这样。Yeah, so 这个是我的旅游的一部分，对，一个 experience 所以 end of the day 我就发觉到，其实都不用很刻意的去 plan，
对，不用的。
对，就是
a lot of this understanding when you have means you have one， 你自己会 actually develop the understanding to communicate and develop all this, and you know how to actually resolve it amicably and develop the wholesomeness so that people appreciate and people have the faith and trust in you, then they will actually happily like develop the what they call relationship as your supplier, and they will actually work very well with you. Sadhu, very good.
Sadhu Bratio， 还有就是一个 experience， 在我坐飞机回来的时候，因为现在我懂得 relax， 所以我一上飞机，我只要一 relax， 我就已经 fall into sleep。
对
after 那个 1 hour， then after 吃了过后就 you know 还有1个半小时才要回到 KL 嘛，所以我就讲就把自己的身体做到很直，然后就在那边 cross 盘腿，就在那边 meditate。
Yeah, Sadhu, very good.
所以我 meditate 的时候哦，当我meditate 一下子罢了，它就 is like a shift 哦，我好像被一个我还找不到字，它就是好像被吸进去一个 hollow 的东西这样。
对。
then 好像你好像跌进一个 hollow 的洞这样，一个 hollow 钉这样。then after that 什么都没有了。
对，
什么都没有了。then after that 当我出回来我 conscious 的时候，我只听到我的 hearing consciousness 是有 active thought，就是我听到后面有人在讲话。
对。
但是我的身体的那个 tactile consciousness 还没有回来。
还没有
对，
完全
对对，所以我就就来。
That's why all this you will come to experience when non-cultivator cannot understand on。因为我们的 nature 在里面啊，你 meditate 的时候入境了啊 ，it become very quiet very still, then hollow, like 没有东西了哦。Then later on, as you come out, you will have to go back to a normal consciousness again. That's why the shift of consciousness will transform the individual cultivator, and it will let you go through that type of experience to understand that nature better, which is very different. And this is how cultivator of the way actually develop the understanding of what the nature is. Then later on, as you progress further, you will develop more and more understanding of that nature. Then many other things can also unfold and manifest for you to understand. 萨度很好。
萨度本来就这个就是我的短短的一个 sharing。
好啊。
coming back to Mrs. Teo 的 sharing， 其实要怎样讲啊，很多的 understanding 在里面。
对，才能够 really comprehend what she shared。That's why 他 after that 他也有问我，几个人能够了解？I say you don't worry, there are Kayamita who can understand。他是怕人家不了解的。I say you don't worry, you just be natural。你 from nature 讲出来的，你就是 share it。因为以前他拍写了，人家 nominate 他 shake the hand first 啊，但这一次没有啊。when Pocheng nominate her， she confidently 来拿麦。Then of course she start by saying 要讲什么Then later on I actually help her with the point of view. I know she was studying the 文殊菩萨文殊师利的那些 understanding. And she find it very interesting. Almost every night she was doing it. Then I know it. I said, you share on that. That's why after that she got a pointer to develop the sharing. Then she just speak, which is very good. Then I think after that class, she somehow share with song. I think song and Poh Lian or Jin Hao I think. The notes she wrote, they were very beautiful. 很好，萨德。
就因为 Mrs. Teo 有讲到一段是讲那个要转，就是让我会联想起六祖坛经里面讲的我们那个eight 套 consciousness 的，我 relate 去，那我讲哇 Mrs. Teo 的 sharing so beautiful so beautiful and then it's like 怎样讲啊，我也不大会讲，反正我是很法喜里面还有一个就是他讲的 that is the only way to liberation, you know. Wow. I was like in tears. Oh my Mrs. Teo, oh my God, 感恩 Mrs. Teo 的分享，感恩 Brother Teo。maybe 我 nominate 满愿接下来做 sharing 好吗？感恩 Brother Teo。
Hi, Brother.
Yeah, you are there. Yeah, sorry.
I was talking to my father.
Oh,
He,
don't worry, don't worry.
yeah, yeah.
Alicia was nominating you. Yeah.
Actually, he, dear, bad luck. He kena COVID again.
Oh, no wonder. You
Yeah.
better take care of him. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh, so
actually
fast, huh? Within less
more
than
than
2
1 year
months
already.
ago, right?
More than 1 year. I
Oh,
also
more than 1
surprised.
year. Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Actually, what happened was last week he got conjunctivitis, one eye.
Oh, no wonder the eye. Yeah.
So then now still got lah. Then
Oh,
today,
okay.
because he got fever, so tested him lah, and then it was positive. But Friday
Oh, okay.
before that, my
Mm.
mother already positive on Friday.
Mm.
So that's why when he said he got fever, I has asked him to test lah.
Yeah.
So really, so now both of them also got COVID. But my mother, I see her recovering quite well lah. But my father, not quite sure. But they are taking that 莲花 pill lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One will help, huh?
Yeah. So just now he was saying that he want to go to the hospital tomorrow because the doctor said if after 7 days you develop fever with the conjunctivitis, so tomorrow to go.
Oh, then better take him there.
Yeah, but he was saying he don't want us to take him there because he said 2 person in the family already kena.
Then how he go?
He said he take a bus.
He cannot, dangerous.
Yeah,
I advise him to put on the mask. Then you also put on the mask. I think you and your brother should actually help him. At his age, better accompany him.
Yeah, he a bit
Because
obstinate.
even the World Health Organization, they already declare COVID not an issue already.
Yeah.
It's just like they call you can live with it, endemic, no more pandemic, no more frightening type or consequence or whatever. So no need to worry lah.
Yeah, not that worrying lah. I see he
Because the
like this
symptom
time
are a lot milder, not so severe like last time. The statistical
last time no strength.
Yeah.
This time I mean not to say a lot of strength also, but better than the last time lah.
Means more healthy lah.
But just the eyes
Also
look really.
somebody accompany him better. You tell him not to worry lah. Now no more pandemic is declared. No more pandemic. It's just back to normal endemic, like common flu. But as a precaution, put on the mask. Then have the spray. Then develop hygiene. Give him a handkerchief. Just in case he need to sneeze or what, use the handkerchief. Then come back, wash the handkerchief. Then spray the sanitizer. That one Alicia, they all and Freddie used to give us last time. Bring along one.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. But this time there is some anxiety also lah.
Yeah, of course.
So many, right?
No problem. Because now COVID is not like before. It's already something that we can come to term with.
Yeah, correct. So then
you can talk to him later lah. Convince him, say don't worry. Now COVID has become something normal, like normal flu. We can live with it, but we take precaution, so don't have to worry.
Yeah.
But you need to work, tomorrow.
I
need to work. So
but I told my boss already lah. I'll be working from home.
Oh, working from home. Okay.
So he's okay with it lah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, my boss quite okay lah. This boss of mine, I think more
Oh,
than
that's good. So you can
3 to
just
4 years.
let the boss know that your dad need you to send to hospital, for follow up and all those things. And once he heard got COVID, understandable.
Yeah,
He
that
also
one.
don't want you to go office.
Yeah, correct. It was
Yeah,
right to him, right?
yeah. Is there anything you want to share? Alicia nominate you.
Just the day when Brother Teo was talking about, the meaning of sati, which is
The Thursday class, yes.
Thursday class. I cannot remember which day lah.
Uh,
Quite recent lah.
yeah, very
Yeah.
recent.
Then which means that awareness before
Before
the
the
knowing.
knowing, yes.
Yeah. So I've been listening to that, for so many years already, and it was just like a sentence to me, academic lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that day suddenly, like I kind of like
Yeah,
understand
it like
a
hit
little
you.
bit more. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like Joey, suddenly the thing like hit you, become clear. Then from then onward, the way you develop the awareness-based meditation become very different. You can do it very well, and you can go into it. Then you can experience all those what they call the silent mind arising, the stability of it, and the shift of consciousness. So all this can become possible. Sadhu, very good.
Yeah. But I was applying that to my daily life, not during sitting meditation.
It's okay.
So
Initially, daily life, then later on, when you do your formal meditation, because you understand what that thing is, then you will know what to do. Like Poh Lian also now starting to
yeah.
have the understanding. In fact, those Kayamita who are like Poh Lian's level, your level, and Joey there, they also start to have the condition to now go in and develop it through understanding now, which is a very good sign. So this will give more faith to those Kayamita who still don't have that ability to grasp that understanding, and that faith can drive them to develop it. Very good, Sadhu.
There were a few occasions where someone says something or I see something that usually I will be I don't feel very happy lah.
Agitated by it,
Yeah. Sometimes I could feel that there wasn't any reaction. It was just like stagnant like not
Sadhu.
reacting to it.
That's
But
why it's different
sometimes
already.
uh, but sometimes there is still a reaction. That means I could feel the the unhappiness or the anxiety coming out. But I know
Yeah, because that
that
is
it was
from the
coming out.
habitual tendency, not
Mm.
completely rooted out yet. The stirring of
Uh,
mind can still come, but you aware already. You aware.
ah,
The
yeah,
moment you aware, that thing has got no power over you.
yeah. It's like I put a stop to it. It's like
Yeah, because you
relax
aware.
already. Yeah, but it is still there lah. It
No,
needs
that
to.
movement is
Yes,
habitual tendency. I
yeah.
told you, it's a
And
tendency that you have been stirring and reacting for so long, and now the understanding just starting to set in. That's why it's not rooted out yet, because it's not stabilized yet, the understanding. Once it's stabilized, rooted out, then you realize, how come no more? That stirring, that reaction or that movement cannot happen already, because the wisdom has stabilized. So don't worry, you will go through all those phases. The stabilization of it take a while. Sometimes may take months or year. If you diligently contemplate, reflect, then maybe faster.
yeah, the contemplation, that part, I think I have to be more diligent in doing.
Yes.
But the contemplation requires time also, right? You're like,
Most when you are on your own, when you are in a relaxed state, silent means in a state of creativity, quiet moments, then you reflect. Especially when you wake up, after you wake up, holiday, Saturday, Sunday, when you're alone, doing your activity, that is the time you can contemplate. Or when you are traveling, you contemplate. Like our Sabbath trip, later on when we travel, you can contemplate. So you just managed to finalize the new quotation.
yeah, she was saying that because I told her in the beginning, I found a van to take us to Kundasan, and that one cost only 350. So she was using that as a measurement to the
Yeah.
quotation that she got, and she was thinking, hey, then quite expensive. Never mind, I go look for another one.
Oh, lucky, yeah.
Yeah. Then she looked
Because
for another
based
one.
on your that breakdown is very reasonable. Bill. They charge 350 a day. Oh, the van is 450, I think, is it? Oh, the
The
driver, 350, sorry. The driver was 250,
150.
yeah. Sometimes 150. I don't
Yes,
know how
yes.
they count. Then
Yeah,
sometimes it's only the petrol, 50 ringgit. If
yeah,
short distance, longer distance, they charge 100 ringgit.
yeah,
Overall, I think save quite a lot, Save quite a lot.
yeah. Still quite a lot.
Mm.
So we makan also is they will just bring us, and then we pay ourselves. We choose what we want to makan.
Yeah. Like that better, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I think this is a much better
Option, yeah.
idea. Yeah. And the places to go also seems to be better.
More exciting,
Yes, more
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah. So yeah, when I look at it, it kind of like like you like it straight away lah.
Straight away, yeah.
Compared to the earlier one, I mean that was me like, I don't know about you, brother.
No,
It,
same. Because
same. Yeah.
when you plan all this thing, even I sometimes it may be any form of activity or investment also same. Sometimes you think you already got one good one, then later on you try to find out more and investigate or ask around, then you end up having better and more economical proposal coming in. Then you look at it, oh yeah, this is so much better. And then you start to understand the thing more clearly, more in depth. That's how we develop all this possibility. So for your case, lucky, after we decide to book the ticket, then you manage to still get the new boat, and it helped Kayamita to save about 200 ringgit per head.
Yeah, roughly that amount.
Yeah. So we should thank Yun Chan and you for helping us to get that deal.
But I think most of the work, liaising with agent, Yun Chan's the
Oh,
one
Yun
doing that
Chan
lah.
is doing it, but you prompted her. You check the transport to Kundasan, it was only 350. Then from there, it trigger off the condition for her to
Yeah,
ask another quote. Yeah,
yeah. Very funny. She was like, hey, they're very expensive. Oh, never mind.
yeah,
Then I look for
like
another one.
right, because every day the transport extra 100 is 6 days 600.
So see how lah. Maybe because there will be another night in KK, the second last day. So
Mm.
that one maybe I will try the my office one. That one will be 5 star. So that I don't
That's
think
good.
it will be,
You
yeah.
find out and see. Oh, that one also be an alternative. Very good, Sadhu.
Yeah. So the
Not
one
bad.
will save also because 75% off, right, for 2 rooms
Yeah,
lah.
save
Yeah.
save some money for Kalimita.
Yeah. Okay. Like that about you.
Yeah, sadhu, sadhu. Very good.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, like just that.
Okay, you better attend to your father. Yeah, I think we can end already. Let us rejoice. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thank you, Manyan. And we should rejoice with all the good sharing from Alicia and also Sis Poh Lian and Manyan. So let us now share merits. Akasata ca Bhumata Devanaga Mahindika Punyang Tang Anumoditwa Chirang Rakantu Loka Sasana Ittavata Jamehi Sampadan Punya Sampadan Sabbe Deva Anumodantu Sabba Sampati Siddhya Idang menya tinang hotu Sukhita hontu nyatayo Idang menya tinang hotu Sukhita hontu nyatayo Idang menya tinang hotu Sukhita hontu nyatayo Devo asatu kalina Sasa sampati hetu cha Fito bhavatu loko cha Raja bhavatu dhammiko Imina punyang kamina Mame bala samagamo Sattang samagamo hotu Yawa nivana patiya Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Okay, you all can pay your respect mindfully to Lord Buddha, Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, and all the worthy ones. Then we shall end the whole Zoom session. Sadhu to all. Thank you.